Hey guys, my name is Kaushik and welcome back to LetCode. So today in this video, we're going to learn how to generate the test data with the help of Faker API. So Faker is used in the browsers just to generate the some metadata like the first name, last name, some informations related to any users like that. It's basically built on a fake data. That means it will just generate some random names, but that names will be it makes sense. That name is like readable names. Okay, so in testing, most of the time we have to generate test data. For example, let's say that we have to create something, basically the CRUD operations, right? So we have to form a fill and then we have to edit the form and maybe we have to do some update on the form, right? So all the time, whenever we pass any test data, of course we have to maintain the test data in the format of JSON or maybe in the format of Excel or any other file, or even we can write within our test file itself, the spec file itself, right? That is fine, but if we have to maintain if we have lots of forms and we have to write the or create the test data very often, probably we can use this API like the faker.js that is going to give some fake data basically. So let's see how to use that in our protector script. So as usual, first we have to go to this npm js.com/package/faker. A link, all the links will be in the description, so you can just copy paste. And then we have to do the installation. So npm I faker, and faker is basically a JavaScript based library or the API, but of course we can use that in our TypeScript as well, right? So let's go and we'll just bring up our terminal, Control J to bring up the terminal, and I'm going to not this one. So I'm going to say like copy this one. So let's copy and paste over here. Okay, and hit enter. So that's going to bring up the faker entire API in our node modules. Okay, so here you can see added one package and four package, that is not, so this is our thing. So added one package. Just to confirm, you can go to package.json and here you can see that we'll have now faker and the version is 5.1.0. okay, that's fine. Now just to give you a demo, I have already created a package called or a folder called learn faker, and within that we have a signup.spec.ts file. Of course we are going to use the ts, that is how we are learning so far. So from the JavaScript, now everything is on TypeScript. Now you might ask me, Kaushik, can I use the JavaScript, any library within the TypeScript? Of course you can do it, and I have said this several times. If you know JavaScript, you know TypeScript. Can I write JavaScript into TypeScript? Of course you can write it. Okay. Now, so we have described block, basic protector script. Of course we all know this now. At least this stage, I believe. Of course you know it, right? And this is basically our describe name, and this is our it block. Now what we are going to do is we are going to take this application. This is non-Angular application, but just for the demo, just to type like first name, last name, username, email address, and a password, and maybe a location. I'm just going to fill the 6 or 5 datas with the help of Faker. Okay, so let's copy this one first, and of course, as usual, everything should be async and await. And we'll just load our browser first. So browser dot get, and within this the URL. Okay, and also we'll set our implicit wait, as this is our non-angular. Of course we have to do like um, the what we call that, I forgot. So wait, and then browser dot wait for angular enable equal to false, right? So we have to make this one like this, false. Yeah, so wait for angular enable equal to false, so that not equal to, within the brackets we have to set it as false, so we can automate non-angular website as well. Okay, now here what we are going to do, we are going to set the timeout. So manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait, and we'll just pass like 30, that means 30 seconds. Okay, and then what we have to do, we have to inspect this element. So I believe already you know how to inspect element, how to get locators and each and everything. So I'm skipping all those. I'm just going to use the latex path, and let's go and inspect this one. So this is have a unique name called first name, so I'm just going to use this in keys, and it's giving us protector script, so I can just copy and I can paste it over here, and I will just import all this. So control dot, and you can use like add element, and again control dot to um, do the import. And before that we have to add the await keyword, of course, so we'll add that shortly. And then we have to get this one, so last name, so let's copy and let's paste it here, and then use a name, and we'll just use this send keys. Okay, now we have this email address, so let's copy, let's inspect this one, and it has a unique name, so let's use this one. Okay, and then we have this password, so let's go and inspect, and we have a password as a unique name, so I'll just copy paste. Okay, now you can use alt click in multiple places, and you can type await like this, so it's a like Eclipse shortcut to write in multiple lines basically. Okay, so that's it, we are pretty much done with the scripting, I believe. Lastly we have this location, so let's go, and but this location is like kind of pop-up, the you have to type and enter. So we'll just check, we are interested on the test data, not the handling this kind of things, but still I like to uh, type on this. Okay, and here if you notice, if you inspect this, this is actually within the div tag. So whether I have input, yes, I have input here, so this is where I have to type, and we can copy this one, and let's use the send keys. Okay, so let's go. So we're done with the scripting part. Now let's see how to generate the test data with the help of Faker. So if I go to this npm.js.package slash Faker, so here we have a already we have all the examples. So in the browser we have to do the script, that is not our task, we are using this node.js, of course. So this is how we have to do the require, so kind of import statement in TypeScript. So we'll just create it here. Okay, and then we have this like faker.name to get all the names. Now if you go to this bottom, you can see like we have a section called name, yeah, this one, and you can use like first name last name. Okay, so I'm just going to say like here I can directly pass, or else I can just store it in a variable, and I can pass all those stuff. Okay, so anything is fine. So as of now we'll do in two ways. So we'll just say like const f name, that is first name, equal to faker dot name dot, and then followed by the this one first name. Okay, so why I'm doing this is like I can use this variable maybe in another script, or for example, we done with the registration, then we want to do the sign in with the same data, then probably I can use the same variable. Of course, I have to write it on the top level, then I can use it. Or else also before passing this data to my script, I can store that in a JSON file. So from the JSON I can read. So already I have a video on how to read and write data in the JSON. So I will leave a link somewhere in this I button, so you can click and check it out. Okay, so now let's go and type this one, so fname, and then I'm just going to copy this and going to pass here, and it should be like last name, yes. And here what we have to pass, we have to pass a username, right? So I don't think we have something called username here, and username should be always unique. So what we can do is we can take some name like first name or last name, and then probably, or else I can use like this random. So random in the sense we will get some random words, some alphanumeric characters. So I'm going to use this alphanumeric, so let's use this one. So I'll say like faker dot random dot alphanumeric. So let's copy this one and paste over here, and I think there's everything should be actually function, so we have to call the function, I believe, not the property. So let's go and check. Okay, so if I go up, and here you can see the examples that it should be yeah, exactly, it should be the function or the property. And of course we need an email address, so I'll just copy this and paste over here. And then I need a plain, I need a password, so I saw somewhere password, let's find that. Yeah, so it's here password, and password is within the internet, so I can just copy this one, and here I can say like faker dot internet dot password. Okay, and of course it should be a function. And then country, I'm not sure whether I can select, but I will just try to get this one. So it is in within the address and then followed by country. Okay, so we'll say like faker dot address. Okay, I'm not getting any suggestions, so we'll just copy and paste it over here, and then followed by this one country. Okay, so dot country and close brackets. That's it. So I think we are good to run. So let's run this and check. Hopefully it should run, I believe. Let's see. Okay, so the test started now and it typed something something something. Okay, and here you can see that it gives some username, but it's very small. So it gives only like one character, and location didn't type, maybe because I have to click and then I have to do the type action, I believe. But that is fine. So here you can see Democratic People Republic of Korea. It gives some location that we are not aware of. I mean, we have to give the country. I don't know if this country exists or not, but that is okay. That let's not worry about it. Let's fix this alone, and that is pretty much enough, I think. Okay. So for the username, what we are going to do is we can actually use the random data, but it gives only one character. But I need more characters. So what we can do is we can use something like UUID. I believe that will give us more number of elements. So let's go and give it here. Okay, so random dot UUID. Now let's go and search. I mean type. Before that, I'll just comment this one. So let's make it as past test case. Of course, we do not have any validation, so obviously it's showing the test case is passed, but we know the reality. That is how testing says like true, false, false, true. So now you can see it's actually giving us some different names. That is really cool, right? So last time it was different, now it's different. And password, the combination failed because your password must at least 8 characters long and contains both lower and uppercase. That is fine. Each and every application will have like different criteria. So based on the criteria, we can use it. But just to generate something, probably you can use like this. And here you can see user ID and it generated UUID. That will be unique always, I believe. Okay. So that's it pretty much for this video. If you wanted to learn more about the Faker API, probably you can just check it out here. We have a lot of things. For example, if I have a description box, I have to type test data for 200 characters or 2000 characters. In that scenario, I can use like this one job description. Like we have so many things here, so probably you can just use it here and you can read the documentation entirely. That is really very good one. So very easy to understand. Just you have to be cautious about this name, like what you want to use actually. Okay, so that's it for this video. Just let me quickly give you a recap what we have learned. So we learned about the Faker API. So first we installed that using the npm I and the Faker, and then we just required that. Of course we have to do the required because it's a JavaScript, but of course we can use that within the TypeScript. And then we use this variable, this name faker dot name dot first name to get the first name, similarly to get the last name. And we have so many things. Just you have to check the documentation, and you have to use it. Okay, and one more doubt might be like, I have sending this value in the runtime, but how do I use that value in my later on or in my next script? So two ways: you can store it in the class level, I mean the descript level, and you can use in the next it block, or maybe you can just write the data within a JSON file and you can read it in your next it block, or maybe in next another set of test scripts. Okay, so that's it from my side. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one very soon.